We were at his company's holiday party. I just introduced myself to his boss. Hi, I'm Samantha, Ethan's fiancé, his future wife. I was smiling, proud. We'd been engaged for 4 months. On the drive home, Ethan was quiet. Then, can you stop doing that? Doing what? Introducing yourself as my future wife, calling me your future husband. It makes me look like I'm settling. I laughed, thought he was joking. He wasn't. I'm serious, Samantha. When you introduce yourself that way, people assume I couldn't do better, that I'm punching down. The word down hung in the car like poison. So introducing you as my fiancé makes you look, what? Desperate? It makes me look like I stopped trying, like I gave up on finding someone at my level. I pulled the car over. What level is that, Ethan? He didn't answer. But 3 weeks later, I found out exactly what level he thought he deserved, and it cost him everything. Drop a comment, where are you watching from? And like this if you've ever been told you weren't enough. My name is Samantha, and until 3 weeks ago, I thought I was planning a wedding to the love of my life. Ethan Williams and I met in grad school, both getting our MBAs, both ambitious, both from immigrant families where success meant everything. We started dating in our second year, got engaged 6 months after graduation. It was perfect, on paper. Here's what people saw. Two young professionals, both 28, good jobs, me, marketing manager at a tech startup, him, consultant at a Big Four firm, stable, respectable, Instagram-ready relationship. Ethan forgot to wear his engagement ring to work events. He introduced me as Samantha, not my fiancée Samantha. He suggested I dress more professionally around his colleagues. He commented on my weight. I'm 5'4", 135 pounds, perfectly healthy. He asked I not mention my parents' restaurant around his work friends. Small things, easily explained away, until they weren't. Ethan's consulting firm threw a massive holiday party. Black tie, open bar, 200+ people. I'd bought a new dress, got my hair done, wanted to make a good impression. You look nice, Ethan said when he picked me up. Not beautiful, not stunning. Nice. At the party, I tried to network. Ethan's career mattered to him, so I wanted to help. Hi, I'm Samantha, Ethan's fiancée, his future wife, I said to his boss, Martin. Martin smiled. Congratulations. When's the wedding? Next October. That's great, Ethan interrupted, steering me away. Martin, I wanted to ask you about the Singapore project. He left me standing there. This happened 3 more times, me introducing myself, him pulling me away or changing the subject. What was that about? I asked in the car. What? You cut me off every time I talked to someone. I was networking, Samantha. That's what these events are for. I was trying to help. By introducing yourself as my future wife, that's not helping. We're engaged. You are my future husband. Can you stop doing that? Stop telling people we're engaged. Stop making it your whole identity. It's embarrassing. I felt like I'd been slapped. Embarrassing? You know what I mean. No, I don't. Explain it to me. He sighed. When you introduce yourself that way, people think that's all you are, my accessory. It makes me look like I'm with you because it's convenient, not because you're actually at my level. At my level? Professionally, you work at a startup, I'm at a Big Four firm. There's a perception gap. So I make you look bad? You make me look like I'm settling. There it was again, settling. I have an MBA from the same school as you, from a marketing program. I'm in strategy consulting. And that makes you better than me? It makes us different. And when you introduce yourself as my fiancé, people wonder why I chose someone so ordinary. Ordinary. I pulled over into a parking lot, put the car in park. Get out. What? Get out of my car. We're done. Samantha, don't be dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. I'm being clear. You just told me I'm ordinary, that marrying me makes you look like you're settling, that I'm not at your level. So get out. I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. Get Out. He got out. I drove home alone. Ethan called 17 times. I didn't answer. He showed up at my apartment at 9 a.m. Samantha, please, I'm sorry. I was stressed about work. I said things I didn't mean. Which part didn't you mean? That I'm ordinary? That you're settling? That I'm not at your level? All of it. I was an asshole. I'm sorry. Why did you propose to me, Ethan? Because I love you. Do you? Because it sounds like you're embarrassed by me. I'm not, I swear. I have a lot of pressure at work. Everyone there is so competitive. I got in my head about perceptions. So you took it out on me? I did, and I'm sorry. Please, can we talk about this? I let him in. Big mistake. Over the next 2 weeks, Ethan was perfect, apologetic, attentive, romantic. He wore his ring to work. He introduced me as his fiancé. He complimented me constantly. See, he said, I was just stressed about work. That wasn't the real me. I wanted to believe him. But then his coworker Dana mentioned something at a coffee shop where we ran into her. Ethan and Samantha, right? She smiled. Ethan talks about you all the time. He does? Oh yeah, he's always saying how lucky he is that you're so low maintenance, that you don't demand the lifestyle some women do. Ethan went pale. Dana, we should...
It's so refreshing, Dana continued, oblivious. So many guys at the firm complain about high-maintenance girlfriends, but Ethan always says you're just happy being yourself. No pressure to keep up with the consultant lifestyle. Low maintenance. Happy being myself. No pressure to keep up. These were compliments that felt like insults. Thanks, I said slowly. That's good to know. Dana left. Ethan looked uncomfortable. What did she mean by low maintenance? I asked. Nothing. She talks without thinking. Ethan, what do you say about me at work? Good things, that you're easygoing, not materialistic. Not materialistic because my parents own a restaurant and I can't afford to be? That's not demanding because I don't have the same salary as your colleagues' partners? Samantha, be honest. Do you tell people at work that I'm not like the other women they date? That I'm less expensive to keep? His silence was answer enough. That night, Ethan fell asleep on my couch. His phone buzzed, multiple times. I shouldn't have looked. I looked. A group chat with his work friends, the boys. Recent messages. Derek, dude, bring Samantha to the ski trip in Aspen or go solo. Ethan, solo. She can't ski and lessons are expensive. Plus, I don't want to babysit her the whole time. Mike, smart. Keep the future wifey separate from the boys' trips. Exactly. She's great for regular life, but she's not really Aspen crowd, if you know what I mean. Derek, I feel ya. My girlfriend is the same. Good girl, but not impressive enough for work events. Ethan, Samantha's perfect for what I need right now. Stable, not demanding, good enough until I'm ready to actually settle down. Mike, wait, aren't you engaged? Ethan, yeah, but that's more about timeline than her specifically. I'm 28, partner track at 32, need to be married by then for the image. She's convenient. Derek, cold but smart. Ethan, it's practical. She worships me, doesn't cost much, and her expectations are low. After I make partner, I can reassess. I read the messages 3 times. Then I took screenshots. Then I woke him up. Get out. What? Samantha, what time is it? Get out of my apartment. We're done. What are you talking about? I showed him his phone. His face went white. That was just guy talk. You said I'm good enough until you're ready to actually settle down. You said I'm convenient and that you'll reassess after you make partner. I didn't mean it. You exactly said that. I threw his phone at him. Get out and don't come back. Samantha, please. Out. He left. I locked the door, and then I made a plan. I spent 3 days crying, then 3 days angry. Then I got strategic. Ethan had been positioning me as his convenient, low-maintenance, good-enough-for-now fiancé. He'd told his colleagues I was stable and undemanding. He'd told his friends I was a placeholder until he made partner. Fine, Let's see how that works out for him. I had screenshots of the group chat, Dana's comments about me being low maintenance, his comment about me making him look like he's settling, his request that I stop introducing him as my future husband, 2 years of small comments about my weight, my job, my parents' restaurant. Individually, these could be explained away. Together, they were a pattern. I didn't want revenge, I wanted accountability. Ethan had spent 2 years positioning me as less than while getting the benefits of being engaged, looking stable for partner track, having a supportive partner, enjoying low expectations. He'd used me. Now everyone was going to know. Ethan had been calling and texting nonstop. Please let me explain. It was just locker room talk. You're taking it out of context. I love you. Please don't throw away what we have. After 5 days, I responded, "You're right. We should talk. Come to my apartment Sunday at 3 p.m. He showed up at 2:45 p.m. Desperate, disheveled. "Samantha, thank God. I've been going crazy. Come in." He sat on my couch, the same couch where he'd written those messages about me being convenient. "I've been thinking," I said, "about everything, about us." "Me too. Samantha, I was an idiot. Those messages, they weren't how I really feel." "Weren't they?" "No, I was performing for the guys, being one of the bros. It was stupid." "So you don't think I'm good enough until you're ready to actually settle down?" "Of course not." "And you don't think I'm convenient and that you'll reassess after partner?" "Samantha, that was—" "And at the holiday party, when you said introducing you as my future husband makes you look like you're settling, was that also just performance?" He was quiet. "Ethan, be honest. Do you want to marry me because you love me or because it's good timing for your career?" "Both can be true." "No, they can't. Either you love me and want to build a life together, or I'm a career accessory. Which is it?" He looked at me for a long moment. "I do love you, but I need certain things for my career, and being married shows stability. Partner track requires, so you're a checkbox. You're more than that. Am I? Name one thing you love about me that isn't convenient for you." Silence. "I'm easy to be with," he tried. "Easy. Low maintenance, undemanding, good enough for now, convenient." "Samantha, here's what's going to happen. You're going to leave, you're going to tell people we broke up mutually, you're going to give me back the $8,000 I contributed to the wedding deposits. $8,000? Venue deposit, $3,000, photographer, $2,000, caterer, $1,500, my dress, $1,500. I have receipts. We split those costs. Actually, I paid them. You said you'd reimburse me. You didn't." He had no response. "And one more thing. You're going to tell your boss, Martin, why we broke up." "What?" "No, Samantha, that would ruin your reputation, make you look bad, make people wonder if you're actually as professional as you pretend. That's not fair. You used me as a prop for your career. Now you can explain to your career why the prop left. I'm not doing that. Then I will." While gathering financial records for our wedding deposits, I found something else. Ethan had created a wedding registry at Crate and Bottle, Williams and Sonoma, and Bloomingdale's. That was normal. What wasn't normal, the registry included items clearly not for both of us. High-end golf clubs, $2,400, professional espresso machine, $3,800, I don't drink coffee, designer luggage set, $2,200, monogrammed with just his initials, home office furniture, $5,000, for his office.
Art pieces, over $8,000. All his taste. Total registry value, $47,000. I'd registered for dishes and towels. He'd registered for a lifestyle upgrade. And all the gifts were being sent to his address, the apartment he'd kept separately for work purposes. He'd been planning to marry me, collect expensive gifts from both our families and friends, and keep the best items for himself. When I confronted him with this, his response? "Those are investments for our future." Our future? The espresso machine has your initials on it. It's easier to monogram things with one name. The golf clubs are $2,400, Ethan. My parents' annual income from their restaurant is $60,000. You registered for gifts worth almost their entire salary. People don't have to buy everything on the registry. Your parents already bought the espresso machine as an early wedding gift for you. Caught. I'm returning every gift, I said, and I'm telling both families why. You can't. Watch me. I invited both families to my parents' restaurant, told them we needed to talk about the wedding. My parents, confused but supportive. His parents, worried something was wrong. Everyone showed up. I brought printouts. Ethan and I are not getting married. Gasps, shock. His mother started to cry. I want to explain why, because it's important that you all understand this isn't about cold feet or normal doubts. I passed out copies of the group chat screenshots. This is a conversation Ethan had with his work friends about me while we were engaged. I watched them read. My mother's face went hard. My father looked like he wanted to hit someone. His mother read slowly, her hand over her mouth. His father's expression was unreadable. Ethan, his father said quietly, "Did you write this?" "Dad, it's out of context." "Did you call your fiancé convenient and say she's good enough until you're ready to actually settle down?" Silence. "Answer me." "I was venting to friends. I didn't mean—" "You told them marrying Samantha was a timeline decision for your career?" Ethan looked at the floor. His mother spoke, her voice shaking. "Ethan, how could you? It wasn't like that." "Then what was it like?" I asked. "Explain to your parents and mine how this is out of context." He couldn't. My father stood up. "We're leaving. Samantha, pack your things. You're not marrying this boy." "Dad, I'm not marrying him. That's why we're here." "Good." Ethan's father stood too. "We'll return the gifts we've received. And, Ethan," he looked at his son with disappointment I'd never seen from him before, "you will personally apologize to Samantha's family for wasting their time and money, and you will pay back every cent Samantha spent on this wedding." "Dad, every cent, or I will." We left. Ethan stayed there, facing his parents alone. The aftermath began. Over the next week, I, 1, canceled all wedding vendors, lost some deposits, recovered most. 2, returned gifts and explained why to each guest. 3, updated my social media. Wedding canceled. Sometimes you discover someone's true character before you make a permanent mistake. Grateful for the clarity. I didn't name Ethan, didn't share the screenshots publicly, but word spread anyway. 2 weeks after our breakup, Ethan's boss, Martin, called me. "Samantha, I want to apologize. I had no idea Ethan was treating you that way." "How did you find out?" "Dana mentioned the breakup to HR. They asked for details since Ethan had been listing you as his emergency contact and insurance beneficiary. Dana mentioned something about him calling you convenient and low maintenance, and it raised flags." "Flags?" "Ethan's been positioning himself for partner track. One of the criteria is integrity, how you treat people when there's no professional benefit. We did some asking around, found out he'd been disparaging you to colleagues while using your engagement to look stable." "What does that mean for him?" "It means his partner track timeline just got extended, indefinitely." Ethan's friend Mike, the one who'd participated in the chat, turned out to be engaged to a woman named Lisa. Lisa somehow got screenshots of the conversation. I may have sent them anonymously. She broke up with him. Mike lost his own relationship because he'd laughed along while Ethan called me a placeholder. Derek's girlfriend saw the messages too. Suddenly, the entire boys' club at the firm was under scrutiny. Ethan's mother called me a month later. "Samantha, I need to apologize for my son, for not raising him to treat women with respect, for not seeing what he was doing to you. Mrs. Williams, you don't need—" "I do. Ethan told us you were perfect. What he meant was you were easy to control, easy to minimize. That's my failure as a mother. It's his failure as a partner. Yes, but I taught him that success meant finding someone who wouldn't challenge him. That's what I see now. What will you do?" "We've cut off his financial support. He can make his own way. Maybe struggling will teach him what we didn't."
My father, who'd been worried about me being too independent and too picky about dating, had a change of heart. I pushed you to be practical, he admitted in Korean over dinner, to find a stable man. I thought Ethan was good because he was successful. I didn't ask if he was good because he respected you. It's okay, Appa. It's not. I taught you that your job was to be a good wife, not that his job was to be a good husband. I know better now. Because you had to learn yourself, I should have taught you. My parents had saved $15,000 for my wedding. Ethan's parents had planned to contribute $20,000. After the breakup, my parents gave me the $15,000. This is yours. Use it to start over. Travel, invest, do something that's just for you. I put it toward a down payment on my own condo, my own space, my own life, my own terms. 6 months later, I ran into Dana again, same coffee shop. Samantha, oh my God, how are you? Good, really good. I heard about everything with Ethan. I feel terrible. That gay I said you were low maintenance, I thought I was complimenting you. I didn't realize he'd been positioning you that way to make himself look better. You didn't know. Still, for what it's worth, Ethan's not doing well. He got passed over for a major project. Word is, management doesn't trust his judgment anymore. That's not my problem. No, it's not. You know what? You seem happier now than you did when you were engaged. She was right. 3 months after the breakup, I got recruited to a director-level position at a 500 Fortune company. Better title, better salary, better respect. The kind of job Ethan would have said was too ambitious or too demanding of my time. I took it. 5 months post-breakup, I went on a first date with someone new. His name was James, architect, kind smile, easy conversation. At dinner, he asked about my family. My parents own a Korean restaurant, I said, waiting for the judgment. That's amazing. Which one? I love Korean food. Seoul Garden in the International District. I've been there. The kimchi jjigae is incredible. Do they make it from your grandmother's recipe or something? My mom's, actually. She's been perfecting it for 30 years. That's real legacy. That's beautiful. No judgment, no condescension, just genuine interest. Can I ask you something? Sure. What do you do when someone introduces you to their friends or family? What do you mean? Like, how do you introduce yourself? He thought about it. Usually, I say my name and how I know the person. If I'm dating someone, I'd introduce myself as their partner. Why? Just curious. Did someone make you feel bad about that? My ex-fiancé didn't want me calling him my future husband, said it made him look like he was settling. That's one of the cruelest things I've ever heard. It gets worse.
I told him the whole story, the group chat, the registry, the career calculations. When I finished, James was quiet. Then, for the record, anyone who gets to be introduced as your future husband, if that's where this goes, I mean, not assuming, just hypothetically, that person should feel like they won the lottery, not like they settled. I fell a little bit in love right there. I heard through the grapevine that Ethan finally made partner. It took him 3 extra years. His reputation never fully recovered. He's dating someone new, another consultant, someone at his level. I don't wish him ill. I just don't think about him. I'm 30 now, director at my company, own my condo, dating James seriously. He met my parents. They love him, especially after he asked my dad to teach him how to make kimchi. Last week, James and I went to a company event together. Someone asked how we met. Before I could answer, James said, I got incredibly lucky and she gave me a chance. Not, we met on an app. I got lucky. That's the difference. Someone told me recently, you dodged a bullet with Ethan. I corrected them. I didn't dodge anything. I recognized the bullet, documented it, and walked away with evidence. Ethan didn't accidentally reveal his true feelings. He'd been showing me all along. Not wearing his ring, not introducing me as his fiancé, commenting on my weight and job, being embarrassed by my background, calling me low maintenance like it was a virtue. I'd just been too hopeful to see it. The group chat wasn't the problem. It was the proof.
The real victory wasn't Ethan losing his partner track, or his parents cutting him off, or his friends' relationships imploding. The real victory was me realizing that being called ordinary by someone extraordinary is better than being called convenient by someone mediocre. Ethan thought he was settling for me. Turns out I'd been settling for him, and I don't settle anymore.